Cheers, guys. Epix here. Welcome to Tuesday's VR Roundup. Hopefully, your guys' week is off to a good start. Mine is. If you're wondering, the coffee cup, I've just been running some tests with the analytics of the channel. Did the same with my name last week. The coffee cup replacing you-know-what, just to see the impact statistically. Is it a well-orchestrated, scientific, controlled experiment? Hell no. But it is going to satisfy some of my curiosity. But guys, we're here for exactly that, VR. So let's start off this episode of VR Roundup with Xiaomi, the Chinese HMD manufacturer. We know of the existence of the Xiaomi Mi HMD. We've now been told that it will support the Oculus Mobile SDK 100%, and it's going to essentially represent Oculus Go in the Chinese mobile ecosphere. The agreement between the two sides basically boiling down to outside of China, we sell the Go. Inside, yeah, Xiaomi, that's your market. So I kind of get what they're doing there with the branding. Branding is a powerful thing because supposedly the Xiaomi brand has sold 1.2 million VR units to date. Oculus obviously banking on that to sell some of their Go technology. And next up, Bethesda today confirming via Reddit they will finally be issuing the long-awaited VR patch for their game that launched back in late November. They cite two features specifically that the patch is going to address. First up, movement speed. That's going to be adjusted for the Move controllers to speed up or slow down the gliding effect in Smooth Locomotion. Second, they're adding the ability to adjust camera height as well, based on the feedback of many saying they feel too short in-game. Full patch notes available via a link in the description below. Well, not to be outdone, Skyrim VR, not the only Zenimax game to get an update. Doom VFR from id Software is going to be adding Smooth Locomotion Options to their PC version of the game via the Vive's trackpad. Like the Skyrim patch, the Doom VFR patch also includes additional tweaks. For example, official, and I wonder why this wasn't advertised more because it's fairly big, official Windows mixed reality support, weapon pitch option to adjust angle of weapon or controller, the ability to jump and dash while smooth movement is engaged. They're also going to be adding jump to the gamepad controller scheme. The odd thing here they mention is that there appears to be no official Rift support that they're aware of at the time of publishing. In yesterday's podcast, I showed a picture of indie virtual reality MMO OrbusVR, but didn't address it directly, so I wanted to touch on that here. OrbusVR, which raised a successful $34,000 in its Kickstarter back March of last year, now available on Oculus Home. Now, despite what I said about indie MMOs last night, if you enjoy MMO games and you're waiting for them in whatever shape or size, indie or no indie, then maybe give it a go. I said what I said based on my own personal stance, part being burnt out, part knowing my personality, just that it's going to take, for me, something truly special to get me back in the MMO fold. Now, don't get me wrong, not saying it isn't OrbusVR. I don't like to judge a book on its cover. Let's just say if you guys come out in droves saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, well, I'll definitely try it at that point. And LA-based VR tech studio Positron announcing $1.4 million US in seed funding to further development of its VR motion chair they're dubbing Voyager. It's got a full range of yaw motion, that's 360-degree turning, 35 degrees of pitch recline, and contains a built-in PC with a GTX 1070, all to drive the experience. The chairs can be synced with other chairs for shared social experience, which makes sense as their target market, cinemas, arcades, hotels, museums, and airports, would cater really well to that. No word on cost or release date at this point. I want to end things with just a little bit of an editorial kind of comment on Sprint Vector and Star Citizen. So let's start with Star Citizen. I went into this quite a bit more detail, so I'll just summarize it here. But Chris Roberts indicated in an interview yesterday, VR support still part of the blueprint. Any changes that they're making, they're very aware of the impact on VR. So updates and things being added, in essence, are going to be VR friendly because they do plan on revisiting VR and implementing it at a future date. Then we've got Sprint Vector, which closed its closed beta the other week. And the feedback from you guys has been pretty damn terrific. I've spoken to quite a few of you who did get a chance to try it. I'm also on a YouTube VR content creator Twitter group that Nady started, which pretty much has everybody who does YouTube VR on it chatting. It's fantastic. And in that discussion came up as well. Those who tried Sprint Vector all saying it had a high degree of polish. Now, I never did get back into it to get past the menu, but it doesn't surprise me that the polish is something that was commented on because, let's be honest here, you can say what you want about raw data when it launched, whether you liked it or not, positives, negatives. I don't think one of the negatives from anyone really is going to be that it lacked polish. In fact, that it delivered in spades when it first appeared. Like I said, other criticism, absolutely. That one a little harder to justify. So yeah, I'm excited about Sprint Vector. Definitely a game on my horizon. Are you guys as excited about that? Those of you who didn't try it, or those of you who did that I maybe haven't spoken to yet, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. That's it for the Tuesday edition of VR Roundup. We'll be back for the podcast. And I do hope to finally get to a game. This may be the week, guys. As always, one more time, Starbucks. Cheers.